Hey everyone, welcome back to another video on the YouTube channel. I've got some amazing videos lined up for you guys, and in today's video we're going to be walking through a super in-demand topic everyone's been requesting me to cover, and that topic is what type of companies can I work for in the online space? What type of companies can I work for in the online high-ticket sales space? What type of companies can I work for in the online info product space, the online service business side of things? In the mentorship, coaching, mastermind, all that good stuff. In today's video, we'll pretty much break down a lot of different types of companies you can work for, niches, and all that good stuff. So you can have full clarity on the types of companies or individuals you can be working for in the industry and sort of how that process works more in depth. So before I start sharing my screen here and showing you guys sort of a bit of an insight into my community, reason I'll be using my community is we are connected to a recruiter. We get anywhere from 400 to 500 jobs even every single month from our recruiter within the industry, the best roles within the industry. And this will be a great example because in all the jobs that we send through, we'll attach the social medias, the websites often, the outlines of the offer, the niches they're in and all that good stuff. So by doing a brief scroll through that, showing you guys a couple examples, you'll get a really clear insight into how these companies works, all the different types of niches there are, different individuals you can work for, how sort of offers are structured, all that type of good stuff. So also one last thing before I dive into sharing my screen, one thing you have to remember is that anything that can be bundled into a digital product or service or both and that can be fulfilled and sold digitally is sold. There's thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of literal types of niches and companies you can work for. So the nice thing regarding that is if there's a niche or certain topic you're really passionate about, there's probably an offer in line with that, So a lot of the time it is great to try work within a company that you would resonate with the type of offer they sell. If anything like me or anything like I recommend the people I work with and mentor when they start out, just get a good offer out the gate. Obviously sell something that's solid, right? But with that said, when you become more experienced and you have a bit more leverage behind you, there's tons of offers in niches that you can work in that you would really resonate with. Would sell better because you really, really back the product. With that said, in the industry, majority of people, there's always going to be rotten apples out there, but majority of people are selling services that really do change people's lives or really help businesses. So that's also a major benefit. But sweet. With that said, we can now dive into my screen and we can walk through some of the niches and offers you can expect to work in. Sweet. So I'm sure you can see my screen at this point. This is our recruitment board within the community. You can see a couple of people online here. In the job board here, we will send literally anywhere from 10 to 40 jobs every single day. I'll just give a brief scroll and show you guys some of the types of niches and offers there are out there because they literally, like I said, are thousands. I've only got one sort of person and website prepared for the video just to also give you sort of a insight into a largest sort of scale company within the industry. Obviously, there's a lot bigger than the one I'll show you here, but that's also a nice example which we'll walk through. With that said, to give you guys a brief scroll, by the way, we do send closing and setting jobs. So the purpose of the scroll now is just to show you niches. So Amazon FBA, everyone's heard of that, right? High ticket sales, coaching and placement, helping people within this industry land jobs. That's an offer right there. Instagram brand and monetization offer, helping you monetize your social media. $1 million a month offer, that no niche listed here. Women's fitness, right? Medical law lead generation offer, super specific in the service-based side of things. Done for you sales management offer. That will be an offer where you manage sort of other business in the online space, revenue share, I'd assume. But done for you, maybe that would be helping you become someone who can do that, or helping, on the client acquisition side to get more companies to manage. AI agency licensing offer. TikTok marketing offer. Real estate development, BizOp is a very common term you'll see. That's business opportunity offer. So real estate development. Real estate surplus funding offer, helping people get funding within real estate, I'd assume. Global events. E-commerce, everyone knows e-commerce. Amazon FBA again. TikTok shop, which is massive in the United States, right? Financial coaching offer, helping people with their finances. E-commerce business opportunity. Public speaking coaching. Done for you services offer. Martial arts offer. Done for you cold email offer, right? Marketing agency. That's a hiring pipeline. AI website offer, guessing helping people build websites of AI. Sales training offer. Business to business offer, because that's not very specific. Agency. TikTok business opportunity offer. Insurance agency, AI integration offer, very niche. Credit and funding offer, helping people with credit and funding. Sustainable agriculture coaching offer, helping farmers. That's pretty fucking cool, isn't it? Fitness business scaling offer, helping people grow their fitness coaching businesses. High ticket sales coaching and placement, once again. Amazon reselling, trading mentorship, we all know those ones. Holistic health coaching, lead generation, business operations, woman sales training. This might be for Shelby Sapp, maybe. No, it wouldn't be. Business opportunity, real estate investment coaching, male attraction, personal development, right? Online fitness coaching, trading coaching. So you will notice there are lots of big niches or sectors that have tons of offers. Those ones are really common to come through, but there are tons of, different types of ones. You would have seen martial arts coaching, which is pretty awesome in my opinion. Something like that. AI is obviously also a big one. Real estate's a big one. Remodeling marketing, blue collar marketing offer, helping people in the blue collar space, I'd soon get more clients. Done with you sales system, whatever. Personal branding, e-commerce business opportunity, female physician coaching, sales coaching, TikTok shop, real estate, Airbnb, right? Tech career and placement offer, helping people land tech jobs. Crazy cool offer for people, probably finishing university in major countries looking to land a tech job. Trading once again. Let's see here. AI consulting, consulting people who want to build AI businesses. Video editing, weight loss, mom's fitness, exterior cleaning, social media marketing agency offer, day trading, healthcare tech, there's some crazy offers right here. Trading again, media and marketing, health transformation, AI automation, sports book education, lead generation with AI, business opportunity, business funding, credit repair, helping people rebuild their credit, holistic health and weight loss, a tutoring offer that would be helping people with SATs potentially, something like that, home construction, lead generation, back health, clinical coaching offer. I'm going to do a brief scroll because there are a lot of ones here that are the same. If you want to skip through, I'm pretty sure you get the gist of it, but I really want to give you guys a really great insight based on the roles we get of the type of niches there are, right? Crypto trading, home improvement, agency consulting once again, e-commerce. Let's see here for some more unique ones to give you guys more of an insight. Airbnb once again, college baseball scholarships. These are so cool. For example, I know me and my dad would have never known back in the day, but we paid pretty much a high ticket offer, like a couple $1,000 to help me get a scholarship in the United States. Back then, we have no clue that we were getting sold. There was a setter, then my dad had a call over Zoom with a closer. These things are all like that. You guys watching this who have a background in sports may have been messaged by people who help you get scholarships in the United States that come across as an agency, that's a high ticket sales company with a setter working in their messaging, for example, right? Career growth offer, women's fitness coaching, call center build out, paid ads coaching, lead generation done for you, AI voice offer, math tutoring offer, fitness transformation, college applications, web design and holistic health, marketing offer. And you guys will have also seen throughout the video here, these are the on-target earnings for all these positions. So one thing you can also gather from all the roles we're sending through is, people are super well paid within this industry. You can look at making anywhere between $10,000 and $50,000 a month. Within setting, that won't be realistic. However, within setting, you can get anywhere between $3,000 and over $10,000 a month. I personally don't know many people hitting $20,000 months. I do know one person who's hit $18,000 in a month setting, but that's obviously an extremely low barrier of people doing that. But yeah, relationships, dating. There's so many. Keep in mind, these offers I've just scrolled through there have been jobs that we've sent. All of those that I've sent are all jobs. Literally, I don't know how many that would have been, over 100 within the last 5 days. So yeah, that's just a brief insight into some of the types of niches you can work in based on the jobs we've sent in the last 5 days. From here, what I will show you is sort of how these companies look. So a great example, because I love how he lists his team on the website, is Charlie Morgan. So Charlie Morgan pretty much runs a business that helps anyone start a service-based business online, like an agency or a coaching business, like an info product business. The main two that you would find within this industry, for example, which is agency, info product company. He's helped all his clients get over $300 million in sales. He's done $37 million in sales himself. I know he's even hit like $1 million in a month before, 800K, something like that. He's mentored some of my old bosses. So he's a great guy to look at when it comes to this industry. And you can see here the social media is tailored towards him, as an individual. However, he's not the, sole founder of the company that they run, which, they've done $37 million in sales for. But here you can see sort of the social media is kind of like the digital, or it's kind of like a website. This is where a lot of the people that will buy your services come through. I can tell you right now that he is running a boatload of ads, which we can actually go have a look at. Ads library. Let's see. Charlie Morgan Biz. Sometimes these creators will use different. Okay, no, he will be using. Okay, so he's running 40 ads right now. And these ads will all be through Meta, so Facebook and Instagram, Threads, and some others. Look how many ads he's running. So this, Charlie Morgan's super serious. The guy is completely a business animal. Let's see how many ads he's posted in his lifetime. He's at 580 results, which is crazy. Lots of ads he's been running, right? So very serious business owner. You can see they're running ads on the platform. That's how they're getting leads. Instagram is one of their main platforms. I know he is, completely diversified. They run ads on YouTube. They are on X. They're probably on freaking Snapchat and Pinterest. I wouldn't even be surprised. But they're using so many different platforms to market and get new customers. So at Imperium Acquisition, that's the name of their company. We can show you a little bit about here. So we can get an insight. You guys can get an insight into what they do. We spent the last 7 years perfecting the art of high-ticket client acquisition. Here you'll learn how we help, what we do, our mission and story. Who we help agency owners, coaches, consultants, and course creators, basically anyone who sells advice or delivers marketing services. We only work with founders who are up and running with clients, even if it's just one. These founders want to get to multi-6 and 7 figures, but they lack the client acquisition strategies to get there. What we do, they obviously help with that, right? Then what's super cool here, you can see team, guys. So it's Charlie and I don't want to say his name wrong, Baldwin, both co-founders. Here you can now see the rest of the team members. So here's Alex Brunker, the sales manager. Then we can scroll down, we can see some sales reps here. So sales executive will be the closers. We've got Hannah, who's a closer in their team, Vince, Jack, Demola. Let's see, those are the closers. Or setters. I see they don't differentiate. But yeah, so these would either be the setters or closers. I'd imagine those are the closers. Maybe they don't list the setters on the website, but there's a cool insight for you. Free game for some of you guys watching this. I'll just give it for free. They actually, you can apply to join their team on their website. So if you guys are looking for a setter job right here, I know they're always looking to hire. Boom, you can go apply to be a setter for Charlie Morgan's company, which would be probably a pretty solid role. But yeah, so that's another example. So now what we can dive into is just some jobs on the job board, for example. So this is a huge company, actually. It's funny that this one's right here. Goat Academy is actually a company that one of my friends manages. He's the sales manager for them. I won't say his name. But here you can see the social media and the website. So Goat Academy, huge on YouTube. This would probably be one of the main ways they get their prospects coming through. They sell, obviously, financial education. I'm not sure if it's trading, mentorship, or whatever the case may be. However, you can see here, ready to learn from my mentors, book a free strategy call. That's where the sales calls are coming in. Let's see here. All take you, it looked like it was a webinar there. Your portfolio size. Cool. And then this is their website, you know. This guy looks like he knows how to trade, let's be honest. 25 million views, 12,000 students, 20 years experience, mentioned all of here. Wall Street Secrets to Financial Freedom. So I don't know Mr. Felix Pern, what he does, but I'd assume based on that, he used to work on Wall Street and now educates people on finance himself. And he runs a education company around that, right? He's selling a education service around the financial markets, investing basics, stocks and indexes, trading tools, option tradings. So pretty much everything A to Z, I assume, when it comes to trading. We've even got a pop-up here. Take my free course options, get your free guide. Awesome. And here you can see this is opportunity where you can make $6,000 to $10,000 a month. This is actually the company I was mentioning. I'm pretty sure one of the setters in this company made over $10,000 last month. Something like, I won't mention the sales manager's name, but he told me something like $13,000 the top setter made there, which is awesome, guys. So that's obviously a top 0.1% setter income. I'm not going to tell you here you can make $10,000 a month in your first month as a setter, but that's an awesome opportunity. And that's another example of someone you can work for. For example, Mr. Felix here. I love how he includes his dog in all the videos. But cool, you can close these up. We'll keep the ads library in case we need it again. Let's see here, Romanian DM setters. Okay, never mind. Top business coaching offer. So a business coach, mastermind.com. They're doing $1 million a month, this company. And I assume this would be the founder, Mr. Dean Graziosi, co-founder of mastermind.com, New York Times best-selling author. Awesome. So here's another example of someone you can work for. I'm sure you guys who are fairly into the space have seen thousands of creators like this with millions of followers, profile pictures like this. These are people you can work for. So usually on social media, it'll be marketed as them as the face. However, then they've got the website, which is the actual company behind the name, right? So this for Mr. Dean, I would assume it would be mastermind.com. I don't even want to know how much that domain probably cost him. But let's see here, start your free trial. Guided business development is finally here. So they're a business coach. What was the niche again? Business coaching. Amazing. So here's another offer you can work for. Co-founders, Tony Robbins. Wow. Everyone would know Tony Robbins. So Tony Robbins and Dean Graziosi. Awesome, right? Two amazing big figures in the world when it comes to business coaching. Super professional websites, success stories. Real people, real results. Awesome. Choose your plan. What do they... So this would be their low ticket offer. Then obviously I know they sell extremely high ticket offers. I'm pretty sure, don't quote me on this, but Tony Robbins even has like a one-on-one yearly mentorship thing, which is like $1 million a year. And then he consults you directly, which is awesome. But that's another example, right? Is this for setters though? Another opportunity, yeah. $6,000 to $10,000 a month. Heavily female-based audience, must have high EQ. That's another example. For the sake of this video, we'll do one more. Here's a setting offer for a e-commerce, dropshipping and branding business opportunity offer for $1,500 base. That's always nice to see. Let's see. E-commerce scaling secrets. By the way, tying into the base pay, most of the roles that we will send through tend to have base pays. A lot of the time, we just won't attach it into the job post. However, base pays within the industry can range anywhere from $0 all the way up to over $5,000 a month. There are companies that will want you more on a fixed sort of pay with a little bit of commission. There are roles that do like $60,000, $70,000, $100,000 a year on basic, and then a little bit less comms than a normal role would provide. Let's see here. So we've got Mark Builds Brands. I actually watched this guy when I used to do e-commerce. It's quite funny because he's like a jacked guy who makes millions of dollars in e-commerce. You can see him here. And all his videos, he does them like super plain with his shirt off, which is pretty cool to see. But anyways, once again, you can see here, he's the face of the company. This is where they'll bring leads into the funnel. They'll obviously, Mark will have DM setters in his Instagram, which are, messaging people and booking in the sales calls. And then this is obviously his website, e-commerce, scaling secrets, programs, courses. What would be the difference between programs and courses? Elite Mastermind, Bold Brands Academy. So the low ticket, mid ticket, and high ticket. I actually know this is his business partner as well. Let's see. But yeah, you guys get the gist of it by now, guys. Obviously, all the main purpose of all these websites is for you to either buy a low ticket item, buy a low ticket subscription item, book a sales call, directly maybe buy a high ticket item, sign up to a webinar, whatever the case may be, apply to work with us. This will either take us. Do you currently run an e-commerce store? Yes, I do. 30K a month or less. So they're running an application funnel, right? Apply to work with us. Cool. But sweet, I'm pretty sure you guys get the gist of that. I'm actually curious, Mr. Mark Builds Brands, are you running any ads for your info product company? Yes, you probably are. 10 results, why is it only showing one? Okay, so he's not really running ads. I know Mark has like 100,000 subscribers on YouTube, so the main bulk of his prospects will come from YouTube, and then follow him on Instagram. But yeah, that's another example. This is a pretty funny one, but I'm pretty sure you guys get the gist of it by now. I don't want to overdo it. There's thousands of companies you can apply for that doesn't have a face of a company attached, or big creators. Usually you'll find it's like that, like guys like Grant Cardone, Jeremy Minor, Tony Robbins, Mr. Greg, or Mr. Felix we looked at there. It really doesn't matter. Usually it'll be a face tied to it, and then a business behind it, and that would be sort of the website. For example, like Felix, and then there's Goat Academy, or Greg, and then there's mastermind.com, or the other one, Mr. Mark Builds Brands, and then there's e-commerce selling secrets. I forgot the exact name. As people resonate more with an individual, right? When you're buying a tuition from college, right? You're buying from the university, you don't really resonate with it as much. So that's sort of the main way people bring prospects in. It'll be mainly from Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, X, or Facebook, the big social media platforms. And then they'll have websites linked in their bios, which have the purpose of getting you to book a sales call, sign up for a webinar, buy a low ticket subscription item, buy a high ticket item, apply to work with them, whatever the case may be, usually with the sole purpose of getting you to buy something low ticket, high ticket, sign up for a call, apply to work with them, or sign up for a webinar. And then obviously within all the social media accounts respectively, there'll obviously be DM setters who are messaging the new followers who come in, messaging the people who are wanting to learn more. And then on the other hand, when you do sign up for these calls, apply to work with people, you're obviously going to give them your phone number, and your email. There's going to be callers, also setters, who are going to call you up when you apply, when you sign up for a webinar, when you book a call, when you buy something low ticket, to then ask you what made you want to buy that, to then upsell you into something high ticket. These are how the funnels work. This is the ecosystem. So I hope I didn't give you an information overload. I hope that video gives you a bit more clarity on the types of, number one, niches you can work in, the types of people and companies you can work for, how the acquisition process works a bit more in depth, and lastly, just overall clarity on everything regarding sort of ecosystems in this industry. With that said, if you do have any other questions, or if you feel like I missed something out in this video as I kind of just winged it, freestyled it, let me know in the comments if you do want clarity on any other specific topic we just walked through today. Other than that, if you did enjoy this video, I would massively appreciate it. Number one, if you could subscribe, drop the video a like, drop a comment, that helps me a ton when it comes to getting more reach on my videos. Then if you are interested in becoming a DM setter and want access to opportunities like the ones I've walked you through today on a daily basis, anywhere from 400 to 500 a month, and getting the necessary training in order to land those roles and perform like a beast in those roles, make sure to check out my website below, see if this is something you would like to do, and you can apply to work with us after you have watched the short video on my website. Other than that, I hope you have a blessed day whenever you're watching this, and Well, yeah, I was going to say weekend because it still has to come for me. But yeah, if you're watching this on a weekend, a good weekend as well. Keep crushing it. Please message me if you need anything on my Instagram, and I look forward to chatting with you. Have a good one.